So let's have a look at Russia's desperation. Russia's T-72 tanks. These are their mainstay on the battlefield. But even though they've got explosive reactive armour, they are being attacked by Ukrainian FPV drones. They don't survive. So Russia adapted their tanks and turned it into the turtle tank by building effectively a metal cage round the outside of it. But that then reduces the tank's manoeuvrability. It makes it unwieldy on the battlefield. Yes, it's a big heavy metal thing. Yes, it's got a gun, but it can't traverse and it's not good in the assault. It was still being attacked successfully by Ukrainian drones. Russia adapted some of the steel cages that they put around them to put sensors on top to try and identify the drone threats that were coming in, to try and make things look a little more sleek. But again, it still didn't work. So further innovation then brings out this, the Hedgehog tank with wire mesh out the outside, more detail in a moment, and sensors at the top to look for drones. But it's unwieldy. It's difficult. It's an adaptation that is out of necessity to try and stop the huge losses that Russia is suffering. But let's have a little look at it. Well, the theory behind it is to get a large number of metal spikes with further spikes that provide something that is a barrier to drones from flying in and attacking the main part of the tank itself. How are these spikes made up? Well, we have a metal rod with a number of branches coming out, and those branches then lead to sub-branches. It's like a tree. It's like the head of a dandelion with everything that's in there to make it impossible for an FPV drone to fly in and attack the main body of the tank itself. But it impacts the mobility of the tank. It impacts its visibility. It impacts its ability to communicate through radio waves. It impacts its ability to fight the way you'd expect a tank to fight. And whether it increases its survivability or not is a moot point. The Russians also look at other adaptations as well to be able to allow crew access without having to fight their way through this myriad of metal spikes and we have chains dangling. It's good old-fashioned technologies. We saw similar sorts of things during the First and Second World War. And then, of course, looking at it at a tank in the field as they start to prepare it, we have the T-72 as covered. There's not a uniform way of this happening. This shows a level of desperation that the Russians have in trying to get their armoured capability to survive the onslaught from the ever-developing Ukrainian drone threat. So there are certain statistics that Putin doesn't like. We're coming up to the 4th year of this war. In 4 years, Russia pushed the Germans back from the outskirts of Moscow to the outskirts of Berlin. In 4 years in Ukraine, they've advanced 45 kilometers. In the Second World War, in the Battle of Kursk, arguably one of the biggest tank battles, the Russians lost huge numbers of tanks, as did the Germans. But actually, in this conflict, the Russians have lost over 6,000 tanks. That's more than the Battle of Kursk. The statistics are not good reading for Vladimir Putin, who has one eye on history because he wants the old Soviet Union brought back together again with him as the czar at the center of it. He is failing. He has failed.